On this week's episode, I'm joined by Patricia Muller. And Muller is not your average Portuguese surname, but Patricia is born and raised in Portugal and is an award-winning screenwriter. We discuss, amongst other things, the interesting origin of Patricia's surname and the fascinating history of her family, why Patricia loves to live in Portugal, and how Portugal both inspires and brings calm and balance to her restless mind and her busy life. For those of you listening, head over to our YouTube channel to watch some of this episode. And for those of you watching, click down below and subscribe. And for the full podcast episode, head over to Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And now, over to my conversation with Patricia. Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of Portugal The Simple Life. And I'm delighted to be joined here by Patricia Muller. Patricia, hello.
Hi,
thank you for being on the
hello.
podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Let's give our friend Pedro Bushri Mendes a shout out. He's the one that connected
He's
us.
a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. He's a total sweetheart. He's so talented and so generous. Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you, Pedro. Not everybody would call you sweet, but we will call you sweet.
But he is, I actually think that he is.
Yeah, no, he is.
With me, he's always such a gentleman. He is.
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. Patricia, how about you just start telling us a little bit about you to start off with?
So my name is Patricia Muller. Muller is German because I have German ancestors. But I was born in Lisbon, and I live in Lisbon for the past 44 years. It means that I'm now kind of old, and I'm a writer. I write books, and also I'm a script writer. So I write TV series, movies. I've written soap operas in the past. I'm not writing them now. And basically my life is just reading and writing. That's what I do all day long.
What do you enjoy about Lisbon? What do you enjoy about your hometown?
First of all, and I have some Brazilian friends who came to live here for the past year, and I've talked to them a lot, and I've thought that Lisbon is a quiet place, is a nice place to live. There is no violence. The second best thing for me is that I live near a park, so it's green with a lake and some ducks.
Do you feed them?
Nice.
Do you feed the ducks?
I feed the ducks. And there is one other thing that I'm absolutely crazy about, is that once you cross the bridge, you're at the beach. And I have a house at the beach. So when I'm like, I'm tired or I don't want to work because I'm a freelance, I just get on my car and drive, and I'm at the beach.
How important is that for you as a creative? Because you mentioned earlier, you kind of live in your head a lot and dealing with people that aren't real and that kind of thing. How important is it to have that connection to nature so close where you can go and disconnect?
Yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah. That's just, I've practiced meditation for like 10 years, exactly because of that, because my head, sometimes it's just so messed up with so many different things. And being around nature is my second best thing after meditation. I just go to the beach in December, in January. I go there like almost every weekend. I'm there. Even if it's cold, it doesn't matter. Because it's different, you take yourself and it's just another context, another weather, another tone, and everything changes.
Yeah.
And everything goes away. So that's the deal. That's the deal, to keep your head, to prevent your head from exploding with so much information and so much, because I live day by day exposing myself to the media, to fiction, to books, to ideas, to characters, to everything. And it's just like, sometimes it's overwhelming. It can be tremendously overwhelming.
What do you think it is that people are coming here for?
Vegetables. You have no idea. I've been around. I've traveled a lot. Lots of countries, a lot of different things. Our vegetables are like rock stars. They're amazing. And the way that we eat them, our salads, our sautés, are just like we have everything here.
I wanted to ask you about your surname because it's an amazing story how you ended up
Yeah,
Mueller. Tell us a little bit about
yeah.
it involved your granddad. Tell
My
us a bit about that.
granddad.
It's incredible.
Do you know Müller is like the most common name in Germany? It's like
Well, I
silver in
imagine so. There's
Portugal.
quite a few footballers with Mueller
Yeah,
and
Müller, exactly. So I had this great grandfather who ran away
with Bizzavo.
from Bizovo,
Yeah.
Bizovo, yeah, who ran away from Hitler's
Regime.
regime, Hitler's horror, and he came here. And he came here and he married a Portuguese girl, like you did. They got married and they had my grandfather. And I remember my great grandfather. I remember him because my mom was really young when she had me, and my grandmother was really young when she had me too. They were both moms at 20.
Wow.
So my grandmother was a grandmother at the age of 40. So I remember my great grandfather, and he was really, really nice because he would always wear a suit with a bow tie.
Oh, cool.
He wear
All the time?
Yeah, all the time.
Amazing.
And he used to sing to me a Portuguese lullaby that had to do with the bow tie. When he died, she spent like 6 months. She was really chubby. She was fat, and she lost like 30 kilos doing crochet, doing those lines, doing sweaters. I think it was sweaters. Standing up. She didn't sit down
All the time.
just all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you think are the things that are worth it? I mean, there's certain things that you can't put a price tag on them
No.
that we seem to have here in Portugal and still have. What do you think it is that people are coming here for?
Vegetables. You have no idea. I've been around, I've traveled a lot, lots of countries, a lot of different things. Our vegetables are like rock stars. They're amazing. The way that we eat them, our salads, our sautés, are just like we have everything here to be healthy. Those you're working.
I'm twice the man I was when I came.
The most amazing thing is Portuguese lunches. You work like 3 hours in the morning and it's 1 o'clock and everybody's like, I'm starving, let's eat. And at 1:10, you're at a restaurant, and then you have the soup, then you have the plate, and then you have the wine, and then you have the dessert, and in the end, you still have a whiskey. So at 3, so at 4 p.m., you finish your lunch, and you say, I have to go to work. But you don't, actually, you don't go to work because no one works after this sort of
How do you
lunch.
write? Do you write better in the morning or after lunch?
I never have lunch. I'm like Michael Douglas in Wall Street. Lunch is for wimps. This is interesting because this has to do with what we were talking about, immigration here in Portugal. We are the result of, well, we have an ancient history in slavery because we used to bring slaves from Africa to Brazil. And so we have a really tight relationship with Africa, but we've welcomed them since forever, since like 1,000 years. It's part of our DNA. So we're the result of all of these mixtures and all of these textures. And that is absolutely amazing.
Tell us a bit about your work. So you're a screenwriter, write books,
and a writer.
Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm a writer. I'm a professional writer. So I write basically everything that you want me to write. I'm the one.
So someone comes to you and says, this is the idea I've got, you write it.
If they pay me, yeah. The problem is most people come to me and say, this is the idea that I have, but I don't have any money. So no, I don't write ideas with no money.
And I'm going to ask you to brag a little bit. You've won some awards.
Oh, no. Just, there weren't too much, no. But the thing is, it doesn't matter for me that it really doesn't matter, because it does not change my life.
How does living here in Portugal help you as a creative and inspire your work?
It has an advantage. We're few people doing this. So when it comes to competitors, we don't have that much competition here. Of course, there is some competition, but we're a few. There is little money, there is little investment, so you can never get too rich, so it's okay.
Patricia, what makes you proud of your country? Proud of Portugal?
I write a lot. I don't know if you know, I write a lot of historical novels. So I'm very proud of my country's history. We have amazing things.
Patricia, what's one thing that you want people to remember and take away from our conversation? Just one thing.
One thing. We live a happy life in Portugal, no matter what. So we're happy and it's a good life here. Yeah.
Patricia, a question that we ask all of our guests. Portugal, the simple life. Why?
Because that's exactly it. Because that's simple. And simple is good. Simple is great. Simple is the best.
I love it. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It was really good to talk to you.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't get to practice my English a lot, but
it's superb.
It was great.
It's amazing.
No, it's not. It's not. I used to talk a lot, but now I'm just like, I have to work abroad, that's it. I have to go to England and practice my English and work for BBC. Here is my call. BBC, if you're listening, here is my English. I need to practice. Hire me.
They are listening, definitely.
They are listening.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
Patricia, thank you so much. I'm going to let you call it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
So thank you once again to Patricia, and thank you to all of you for listening. Please subscribe, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and please leave a comment or a review. We always love to hear from you. Don't forget, Portugal The Simple Life also has a magazine, so download it. It's for free. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And as we say in Portugal, abraço. Welcome to The Simple Life.